What is going on, guys? Welcome to a new episode of Crossout. This has been a weekend of a ton of clan wars, so I figured I wanted to post some of the highlights still. I'm on the Aspect Spider this time, something different from what you have seen before. So yeah, I wanted to showcase this because we actually had some really interesting games, I'm not gonna lie. Basically, we first team we played here was a full melee squad. They had two lance harvesters, and then they had two bricks. The bricks were, I think it was one Draco and one Firebug brick, if I am not mistaken. Basically, I skipped most of the first match because it was just a camp out, us waiting for them. I mean, if you want to play melees, at least just do your thing, rush. That's what you're supposed to do, so you can get a ton of games going. They didn't though. Nevertheless, here at the end of the match, I called out for this dude right there, boom, Crazy Driving, his name is, to be the target. We didn't, like, people didn't really react to that, so we killed him too late. Like, I just wanted the quick kill on him, and then hopefully we could have gotten the other dog dead as well. But as you can see, like, it just took too long before people reacted to it. Luckily, we got the kill, though. We still got him dead, which is nice. So we ended up drawing that first round. Now, the second round here is much more interesting. I just cut it until they actually reached us. They did what, like, in my opinion, all dog teams should do. They just pushed in. So here we are at the second round. We get off to a pretty bad start. I overstayed up here on my rock. Like, I should have climbed down way before so that I could get an angle on them easily. But I somehow decided not to. I don't know why. Looking back at all this, but nevertheless, like, we deal some pretty good damage to them, as you can see. Like, they end up killing us, but we deal a lot of damage to them. So here in the second round, we have to go full tactic on them, nothing else. So I stepped down. I decided to hunt that kill, maybe see if we can end just one of them before they actually decide to retreat again. But they get to retreat. So what we do here is we push up, and I actually expected them to go back to cap earlier here. They didn't though. They kept on circling around us. I just got a huge lag spike there, so I decided to ram the wall for whatever reason. But basically we push up. Just the first cover here, I tell Rowan to keep going for cap and just hard push to cap. Meanwhile, I realized by now that they are probably gonna go back to our cap at one point, so I won't go any further than this. I just want to keep on decloaking and see if we can actually find anyone. And I slowly turned back, since it's now been some time since they like ran away, so they probably went for our cap, and yes, there it is. They started capturing our base. So I told Rowan to go for their base and just cap for whatever he could, just to see if he could cap. So meanwhile, I would stop the other cap. So I go back. This guy tries to outsmart me, so he leaves the cap again, thinking that I would probably go the other way or something, because in just a second he actually drives by me. As you can see, I'm just trying to decloak the ramp. There we go. He realized that I was decloaking the ramp, so he turned away, meaning that he got too close to me and I could see him. Free kill for me there. As you see, there we go, he's dead. The second guy though, this guy makes a big mistake. He thinks that, oh, then I might as well go help my teammate. He gets pretty good wedge on me, but if you just like step in the right direction, you can actually get down from those wedges pretty easily. Get that firebug off him, leaving him not a big threat, and boom, there we go, a second kill. They did make a mistake here. They didn't really coordinate their attacks. They could have like ran away easily if they would have just coordinated their attacks, but they were pretty crippled, so they did have a big disadvantage. Here I just fake going to their base again, hoping that they would go to our base while Rowa is capping, and yes, indeed they do. So they bracket our cap once again. I make a mistake here that almost cost us a point. Luckily it didn't. If they had gotten that cap, the situation would have been a whole lot different. I thought I could actually scare him off our cap by just sitting up here, but the ground sort of cocks me like with my gun depression, so I have to just step down there. I go for the jump, go for the circle, keep on damaging him. Luckily though, now look at this, I actually just step in there at the very freaking final second, meaning that we can actually also end this guy. As you see, he should be dead in a second. I just don't want to step out and give them the point. That's really all I'm focusing on. Boom, there we go, he's dead. The final guy trying to make Rowa stop capping is actually also degunned, so he decides to go back to our cap for whatever reason, I don't know why. But that's how you turn a situation around where 4 melee dudes had the upper hand versus a Tsunami and an Aspect, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the win just magically goes to us. A very freaking good, well played second round there. Definitely one of my most enjoyable wins, and he actually self-destructs right at that moment. And that is it for the first game. Moving on to the second game, I also cut off just the first 20 seconds here. We played NL1 this time. These guys are some really good guys. Definitely some friends of mine, like Whisper Mammoth, I play with every once in a while. Now these guys are running dual Typhoons and dual Lance Harvesters. The first round we play, we do what we're supposed to. The only thing that sort of rips us is that the Typhoons sort of have the upper hand on our Tsunami players. So they win most of the fights whenever we start brawling. They didn't get crippled enough like they were supposed to and all that stuff, which cannons can do pretty easily. So yeah, we just misplayed the first round, let's just be honest. But nevertheless, the dogs are coming in right now. I called for a push on road, just to have the boys move out there, because one of the hovers out there was alone. Then I sort of want to keep on decloaking on the hills. To my surprise though, both dogs actually show up on road. But we force a fight on them, and we actually deal a lot of damage to them. Like, they were pretty crippled after that first initial round already, meaning that we could actually land a lot of good damage. But sad, the reality is just that we have simply been too beaten up by the Typhoons. We weren't good enough on our positions, and we let them get the upper hand. We get the kill there on the first dog. Whisper Mammoth goes for me. He is being focused down hard there, as you can see. And the other guys turn towards cap because one of the Typhoons is actually going for a cap now. I keep on the decloaking or degunning the dog. There we go. His spark goes off and he is dead. So we can focus on the Typhoons now. And it's a 2 versus 3. Untaken is degunned, but the Typhoon up there just has the upper hand because the spiders can't aim all the way up there at him. I don't know if, like, I actually thought you could aim up there with Tsunamis, but you can't. The gun depression doesn't allow it, so not too good. We keep on going all that we can on the Typhoons, but at the end we just have to realize that they are, like, they simply have the upper hand. Typhoons on a hover allows for a much better, like, gun depression and all that stuff. You get a much better firing angle, so they really do have the upper hand on us. We get close though. Watch this, because I think it's Ultra. He actually pushes up onto our road now. He comes up there on the ramp with a cloak. So at first I just want to make sure that Untaken can get back safely, because thinking that we could maybe, like, win because we had more players alive, but they just, boom, there we go, decide to end him, which also ends our radar detect, so we don't really know where they are, which is a bit stressful. But I force Brawlwurst back down from the bridge there. He sort of falls back all the way, so we can turn on Ultra. Sad thing though, Ultra has done a lot of damage to Tina Poker, our one Tsunami player, so he's pretty crippled. And he actually ends up dying, and there we go, we get the kill, but I'm badly wounded, Roa is badly wounded, so we can't really do much, and I'm ended there. And like a few seconds later, Roa is ended as well. So that's it for the first round. We go ahead and lose that. Nice and beautiful radar spaced armor there, by the way. Hint, devs, fix, please. And on to the second game. Now this one was much more interesting. I just cut a few first seconds off as well, but they, like, basically decide to hard push again on the bridge, which is a bit interesting. Like, they should come around the corner any second now, or not. Nope. Oh, that's because I'm actually mistaken. Like, that, by the way, that was some very stupid hits, I know that. I shouldn't have been exposing myself, but they actually go river this time. A really interesting choice to go to river. I mean, the bridge is a bigger choke point, yes, but this is also very easy to decloak down there. By now, they start moving up ramp, so I actually called for the guys to get down here to river, but they were again, this is just to address that you should always listen to your shot caller when you play. As you can hear, like, I semi-tilted there. Let's just be real, because they didn't move down to river as I told them to, so they both ate a ton of lances from invisible dogs. We are very quick on the desparking though, like we despark them in a freaking second. So very, very nice job there. And we can just push like Ultra up here because he's cap canned. The ground cocked me a bit here, let's just be real about that. But getting a lot of nice damage in on him. There we go. And we can now turn back to the water to go to Bowerwurst again. And that's basically just how we play this second round. We keep on stressing either of the Typhoon hovers, so they can never really get shit done. And if they peek, they are being hard pushed by all four of us. So a very nice performance here in the second round. We decide to pinch our Ultra up here now, which fails a bit. Basically what you want to do at a pinch is you want to like attack from either side of him. Me and Untaken goes right side, so the other Tsunami should have gone left side. A bit of miscommunication led to the fact that we had one guy pushing one side and 3 guys pushing the other side. For whatever reason, it doesn't really matter because we killed him anyway, so I don't really care what the boys did and didn't do. We did what we were supposed to. But we should have been harder on the pinch, like just push him very, very freaking hard and do not allow him room to breathe at all. That's always something you can learn, but the pincer move is very like effective if you have a dude who's somewhat alone and you know that you can move to him on either sides before his teammates can get to him. It's almost always a guaranteed kill. Instead, me and Untaken just like push in, try to help Tina, which we succeed at doing. Get the D-gun going, which we also do pretty well. Ultra is gonna get D-gun. There we go. So now we just have the last Typhoon player left. And he, like, it's not a big struggle. If you have 6 aspects in total, as we have here, the D-gun is going to be there quickly. My boy Untaken, he's super greedy though, so he goes for the kill. But we get them down there, which is nice. So a very, very freaking solid second round indeed. And you know what? Then we only have one round left to go versus NL1. So indeed, the frame is set for a freaking epic final game, and I promise you, indeed it was. Like, this was such a good map. We had the cannon players go up, drop some cap cans, and that's basically something we always do when we face dog teams. Move up as far as you can cover wise and get some cap cans down. And then just start decloaking with the aspects. As you can see, we already land a ton of damage on the dogs before they even get close to us, because they can't approach if they aren't cloaked. And we can just decloak them all the time with the aspects. Now, there we go. One of the dogs actually get cap canned because of those offensive cap cans. So we can just get that spark going immediately. I misclicked my Aegis. Don't worry about it, I don't need it anyways. And the Whisper Mammoth tries to engage by then. Like, he sees his window because we go hard pushing on one, but his spark is gone as well because 6 aspects. Like, it's just too freaking good. So there we go, he's dead. The Typhoons does a pretty good job at focusing one of our Tsunamis, so one of our Tsunamis go down. But a dog coming in here behind me without a spark is... It tickles at best, so it wasn't a big, like, hard situation at all. Now they just have the 2 Typhoons hovers left again. Exact same situation as the first round, actually. So we decide to just go and push them, see if we can actually get them degunned somewhat. We're just taking cover here and waiting for the right moment to push, which is about now. Untaken has soaked quite a lot of damage, so I decided to push up a bit more than he did, to see if I can get them focusing on me. We bring down one of these Typhoon hovers there. One of the good things about having an aspect versus a Typhoon hover is the fact that you can hard focus on that cabin and you can deal a lot of damage to the cabin, like consistent damage. And a hover with full radars at side armor doesn't really have a lot of cabin HP, so that's a pretty easy kill. The Icebox hover here, I just go for the guns because I can't really go for the cabin much. But he is like a somewhat easy kill, so that is actually a win in this game. I didn't expect that, but a very nice game. For the final match, we have a dual Helios team, then we have a Spectre, what? Spider? and a Typhoon Tsunami Spider. I decided to just entirely cut the first match because these guys didn't push at all. Neither did we. I mean, we had the long range comp, so of course we decided to stay all the way back. They didn't have the long range composition, so I actually expected them to push, but we ended up just drawing, and I'm just cutting it instantly to the second match. What we do here in this round is we actually just hard push over bridge immediately, and as you can see from the map, like where they decide to position themselves right now, they did not expect this from us. So the 3 dudes there get totally pinched. Like, they get locked there up against the wall, meaning that we can land a lot of damage on them. A lot of nice juicy damage right there, as you can see. We've taken a bit of hits as well, but nothing too much. And we actually so easily degunned that spider. He's degunned right about there, so we only have 3 people to worry about now. The 2 hovers and the Tsunami Typhoon Spider. The Cannon Spider is the biggest threat at the moment right now, I'd say, because the Helios actually decide to be super defensive. So we decide to just go for the cap. Like, I just call a hard push to the cap here in order to capture some points, see if we can just get 1 and then fall back again. It's still a 3 versus 4, so if they decide to push us after getting 1 point, we're still going to be good. The thing is, though, they never really decided to make this all that interesting, because they stayed down there, so they really couldn't hit us, and we had the high ground, so as soon as they decided to push in, we were ready to punish them for pushing in. So there we go, we have 1 point, we land a lot of good damage on that Helios, and he should be degunned any second now. There we go, he's degunned, switching over to the next Helios, and forcing him to sort of stay in the firing zone, and he gets degunned very efficiently as well. So now we just have the cannon hover left. We decided at this point to just kill them because they pushed in, and it's 4 people versus 1 guy with cannons. This is a pretty easy win. So that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the aspects. First time ever. Until next time, have an awesome day. Bye.